Creating a graphic organizer using Microsoft Word 2010 is easier than you think. You have two options. You can use SmartArt or you can create your own graphic organizer from scratch. Let's take a look at SmartArt first. After opening Microsoft Word, select the tab that says SmartArt. 7 categories appear: List, Process, Cycle, Hierarchy, Relationship, Picture, and Other. As you can see, when you scroll over each of these icons, a brief description appears, so you can decide what type of graphic organizer you need to create by looking at each of these categories. This should be able to help you. Also, if you click on the arrow or the icon of each of these pictures, it gives you the types of graphic organizers that already exist here in Microsoft Word. So you can easily select one of these pre-made examples. So for example, let's go ahead and pick one that is hierarchy. All I need to do is single click on that and it automatically appears in my Microsoft Word document. So let's change our text. Single click in the text box and type in your text. And as you can see, it automatically resized the text to fit within the text box. From here, you can stretch your shape to be as large or as small as you want it to be. You can also turn the text box to whichever way you see fit. You can also change your colors here in this section. They have a scroll down bar here where you can choose selections or themes. Also have multicolors here, which will allow with contrasting if you need to contrast something. Let's select red. You also have the option if you need to add additional text box. All you need to do is right click and hit add shape, and this will allow you to make your selection from here. Finally, if you just need to get back to where you originally started, if you're not liking what the direction that you started taking your graphic organizer, all you need to do is go to the far right corner and hit reset graphic, and it goes back to its original settings. Another way you can create a graphic organizer in Microsoft Word is by creating something completely from scratch. Now, I like to use SmartArt just as a reference so I can see what kind of styles I have to choose from, maybe get a little bit of inspiration, but when it comes down to it, I really just enjoy creating my own graphic organizer. So I select Insert at the top of my screen, and I'm going to select Shape. Now, to the right-hand side, appeared all of my shapes. I have different categories here. If I just click on these arrows, shows me the different kind of shapes I have to choose from. Also, if there's a shape you're looking for, you can also use this search function down here at the bottom of the screen. When you're inserting a shape, you have two different options. You can click on the shape and drag it into your Microsoft Word document. From there, you can format it. Or, let me just delete this. You can click on the shape. Your cursor now has turned into a crosshair, and you can click and drag that shape to the right size and where you want it to be on your computer screen. So, two different ways to go about it. From here, I can move my shape around. I can format the size a little bit better. Maybe I just overestimated, made it too big, and also can turn my shape here to however I see fit. Now I'm going to use an arrow because I want to demonstrate a relationship. So let's just click and drag this arrow in here. You can see I'm just going to lengthen that arrow out. Another handy tool is these little yellow circles here. This is going to make the arrow tip either shorter or longer. And I'm going to add some text to my text box. So what I need to do is right click, select add text, type in my words that I want here in my graphic organizer. I'm going to highlight this. Now what I want to do is change my font size. So you can see here that I'm on my format. Let's go to home so I can change the type of font. I want to make this Arial black. And then I'm also going to change the size. I'm going to make it about a 24. Another great tool to use if you want to make sure that your shapes are the exact same size, right click, select copy, right click, select paste. You've got two arrows that are the exact same size, and that will really help as you create your graphic organizer, and that applies to all the shapes that are here. Now let's format our graphic organizer a little bit, and you can do this to each and every one of the shapes. I'm going to X out of here, double click, which has now taken me to the Format tab. In here in this Microsoft Word function, you can see all the different colors that are available to me. So I'm going to choose purple. Another way I can select the color is by using this. No fill would be no color whatsoever. I could change it back to blue. I like using this left hand side here because you kind of see the colors already. So let's change this back to my purple. The line is referencing the outside line, so I'm going to make that black. You also have the option here to change the weight of the line, so you can make it thicker, which I'm going to do right now, make it about a 6 point. Also can make it dashed. Get creative with it. We also have this effects button. Now this is a lot of fun as well. You can make the individual shape glow, so we'll just do that so you can kind of get a preview. You can see the outline there. It kind of looks like it's glowing. Just double click on that shape again to get back to the format. Let's click on our effects again. Now bevel, that kind of makes it look like a jewel. Reflection makes reflection like it's looking in the mirror almost. It sees the opposite. And then shadow, it's just adding a little bit of contrast to that. So feel free to mess around with that. 3D rotation is also great. I love how you can see the previews here and see exactly what you will be doing to your graphic organizer. You can change your font. We've got some great effects in here. Same thing, reflection, shadow, and glow. Also, one last thing here before I let you go, we also have transparency. This is the transparency of the actual shape. So you can see my purple is lightening up here. If I drag it all the way to the right, it's now a white box. So these are just some helpful tools that will let you create your own graphic organizer and let you personalize learning to what suits you best.
I thought I was a fool.